Ramen nut rockets, TP sales are in the toilet, and Uber autonomy. On today's episode of 1, 2, 3 Jokes!
Welcome everybody to 1, 2, 3 Jokes, the competitive comedy podcast where we take 3 stories from the news, write 3 jokes about each story, and decide who has written the funniest jokes. My name is Jeremy Martinez.
My name is Ricardo Leon.
I am Bob Timmons.
Oh, I'm Carly Kastner.
Oh, I'm Aaron Kraft.
Oh, I didn't see you there.
I just discovered myself today.
Well, it's always an exciting time in a young boy's life. All right. How's everyone doing?
Good. I'm basically like a robot who's just discovered my own humanity.
Well,
Same
no more
girl.
about that. No. What does that mean?
What are feelings?
Why do humans cry?
I
Well,
like
that's
that
a day one realization.
Aaron's robot voice is also the same voice as the Barry Gibb from the
Jimmy Fallon's Barry Gibbs.
Oh, Bee Gees? The Bee Gees?
Yeah.
It also sounded like that robot was crying while he was asking.
Yeah. Is this what it feels to stay alive? Stay alive. Malfunction.
Correction, staying alive. Well, you can't
tell.
tell by the way I give up.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
I'm a malfunctioning droid. No time to talk.
When in doubt, continue the song.
Yeah.
So next week we are hopefully recording in person, and I can't wait. I am so excited to see you guys and get out of lockdown. I texted Ricky. I'm like, let's go out this weekend and meet some women. And then his uncle got COVID or something. I don't know. But guys, like, because of COVID, I haven't been on a date in like 4 years.
Yeah.
Like I am due.
Because of COVID, I've never had sex.
Guys, not once. Thanks, COVID.
It's weird that every time Jeremy wants to hang out with Ricky, his uncle happens to have
Sorry,
uncle
my
from-
uncle's washing his hair. So
In Canada.
my uncle from Canada.
well, sad stuff. Let's sing the Bee Gees. 'Cause I got nothing else.
My name is John Travolta Butt, and I do this.
Staying a virgin.
this.
Staying a virgin.
Your love is 23 meters deep.
is a metric robot.
Oh, yeah.
Aren't they all?
From Australia.
Yeah.
All right. Well, are we ready to get into round one?
Oh, I was
Betcha.
born ready
All right. You were born ready for this.
for this. Yeah, for this episode.
Man cooking up ramen in a Speedo accidentally shoots himself in the nuts with 20 bottle rockets.
Wait,
Now,
what?
The thing that Jeremy was born ready for.
Wait, there's a lot there. I need to hear that one again.
A man cooking up ramen in a Speedo accidentally shoots himself in the nuts with 20 bottle rockets.
Oh my gosh.
Now, Jeremy, seeing as how this is the first you've heard of this, you've got 3 jokes to write before she's done with this.
I better hurry.
Okay, hurry. This is a short story. Ready? Here we go.
Hey.
A man known as Mr. Yi in Taiwan was playing video games in just his Speedo and decided to make some ramen noodles, as one does. A box of bottle rockets was a little too close to the open flames on the stove and started to fire. The rockets were aimed right at the dude's crotch. It was these sounds that alerted neighbors to call the fire department. When the emergency workers opened the door to Mr. Yi's room, they could vaguely see him through a cloud of smoke, wearing a Speedo, on all fours, legs spread, and yelling, "Yow!"
That sounds hot.
Mr. Yi later described his ordeal to the media, saying all the fireworks seemed to fly, as if somehow intended to hit him right in his banana hammock. His only defense was to flail his feet wildly in a desperate attempt to block one or two from hitting his wang. The man was treated and released from the hospital with only minor bruises and burns to his crotch. The ramen was ruined.
That's what I was worried about.
All right, who wants to go first in this round?
I'll go first.
Can I just point something out right before Ricky tells a joke?
Yeah, because it'll probably ruin his joke.
There was a story. I won't. There's a story on a recent episode that I read. I think it was about that drunk school bus driver. And Ricky complimented my storytelling on that one in the hundreds of episodes I've done with you guys on that one. And every time I tell a story, I try to live up to that moment.
I think, Carly, the secret is every time you don't get a compliment, you should point out the one time that you got a compliment.
Will.
Yeah, Carly, I meant it. It was like a really good performance.
I meant it that one time.
It wasn't this time.
I just felt like I gave a really good show just now, and Ricky had dead eyes.
It's because it was a dead performance. All right, here we go. Life hack. Keep a few bottle rockets near your stove so that you can add a zesty zing to your ramen as it boils. Don't worry about safety. The public humiliation will hurt so good. And that's what you're really looking for, isn't it, you sick fuck?
What did you say, Ricky? The pubic humiliation?
Public. Say weird.
Oh, my pubes are humiliated.
Scorched.
It smells like burnt hair in here.
Oh, it's embarrassing for my pubes.
Are you okay? I'm fine, but my pubes are so mortified.
I'll go next. How did he get the rockets to ignite? It's a Mr. Yi. These are that bad. They're not going to get any better this round.
Has this ever happened to you? There's got to be a better way. Now there is. Introducing not doing those things you're doing. Why do any of those things when you don't have to?
All right. I prefer a birthday candle in my ass and a bowl of Kraft macaroni and cheese. I'm just a traditionalist when it comes to playing my video games.
Accidentally firing the bottle rockets into his nuts messed up his plans for the day, which included firing bottle rockets out of his butt.
I was saving those.
I understand him cooking ramen in a Speedo. I mean, he probably didn't want to get any broth stains on his expensive suit. And the fireworks were probably to celebrate his being partner at the law firm.
If the story ended with guy in Speedo gets blasted in the dong with explosives and gets transported to a world of video games, then we'd have another sibling. Then we'd have another sibling plumbers who are Italian get transported into a world of video games and then jump on turtles. We just need something for the Speedo guy to jump on. Something about my delivery didn't come out right. I remember it.
Something not quite right.
All right. Here we go. This is what it's because it's a
I don't think it was the delivery.
Here's
Carly, remember that one time you complimented Ricky when he told a joke and now he's fishing for it every time?
I would buy this video game pitch. If the story ended with the guy in Speedo getting blasted in the dong with explosives, and then he gets transported into a world of video games, then we'd have another sibling brothers who are Italian getting transported into a world of video games that jump on turtles. We just need something for the Speedo guy to jump on.
And a brother for him.
His thing is he has a Speedo. It's not, that's his brother, basically.
Try it in like a nerdy scientist accent.
Have you met my brother from Canada? It's my Speedo.
I got your brother right here.
And his brother right over here.
Hey, I'm cooking ramen here. I put habaneros in my ramen to see fireworks. I had nothing for this story.
A cautionary tale. When cooking ramen, always wear a cup noodle.
It's cute.
A cup of noodles. Isn't it a cup of noodles?
Noodle.
I liked it, even though I think
Your noodle.
said it wrong.
A cup on your noodle.
What? Jeremy, you fucking asshole.
Isn't it supposed to be cup of noodles? Always wear a cup of noodles.
Cup
I think
noodle
he said-
is what it's called.
It really?
Oh, really? I thought he meant cup on noodle.
That's just that American folksy charm.
Cup on noodle.
Cup on
I
noodle.
sit
Cup on my
corrected.
noodle. Cup on my noodle.
Is that it for the jokes in round one?
So it's like it already is in the shape of the cup, and then put the cup on the noodle.
There you go, Aaron Kraft. With that information, how do you judge round one?
So they just cup the cup-shaped noodles. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it should be
Very
called
interesting.
cup noodle.
Am I on mute, Aaron? We need your judgment.
I thought Jeremy's Mr. Yee was both stupid and funny.
Like Jeremy.
I want to say, because I'm not going to say anything more about Jeremy's performance this round. So
Okay.
I did want to point out that.
Thank you for the little crumb.
Now, if it were
Tuppence.
Rick or myself, Aaron would be champing at the bit to criticize us. But
I had to think about Bob's law firm joke, but the more I thought about it, the more I liked it. It's clever. And the cup of noodle was funny. And then Rick's first two jokes about the public humiliation and I wrote traditionalist, but I don't remember the joke. What was it?
He has a birthday cake up his ass and a bowl of crap macaroni and cheese.
Yeah,
Traditional
And then the
video game.
celebratory fireworks and the bowl of ramen.
like a traditional approach. Yeah, that's funny. So, okay. We riffed a lot off the public humiliation, and then I thought the second joke was funny. So I'm going to go ahead and give the round to Rick.
oh, interesting choice. Congratulations, Rick, winning this round. But we've got another round coming. Round two.
Americans have too much toilet paper. Finally, sales slow. After a year in which toilet tissue shortages have left
Never gonna get a compliment that way.
Okay, let me start over. After a year in which toilet tissue shortages left consumers scrambling for squares, sales are plummeting to below pre-pandemic levels. That makes it sound so dramatic. Pre-pandemic levels. Bath tissue sales in January of this year fell more than 4% from the same period a year earlier, before the spread of COVID-19 spurred Americans to load up on staples from toilet paper to sanitary wipes, according to figures from Nielsen IQ. The decline, which comes even though legions of Americans continue to work and attend school from home, indicates last year's stockpiling is starting to have an effect on this year's sales. You never knew when you weren't going to be able to get it, so every time we went out, we got some, said Marjorie Greenberg, 62 years old, of New Rochelle, New York.
Marjorie Taylor Greenberg?
Yeah. Marjorie. Did I say Marjorie Taylor Greenberg?
No. I did.
Oh, okay. That was good. They just kept amassing in my home. Miss Greenberg still has 54 rolls stored in various places throughout her home. Hidden everywhere. In the guest room, the back of the linen closet, the laundry room, and the basement. I'm not planning on buying any for a while, she said. Demand for toilet paper shot up in the outbreak's initial weeks, doubling in the second week of March, and remained elevated through most of 2020. Americans spent more than $11 billion on toilet paper last year, up from $9 billion in a typical year, according to Nielsen IQ. If the current pace holds, 2021 sales will be less than $9 billion, which is such a horribly low number for paper.
That's almost pre-pandemic. Like it was such a terrible time for the world. Oh, pre-pandemic. Oh.
Can you imagine when we had to go to work in person?
Let's not.
Can you believe the toilet paper industry only made 9 billion this year? Oh.
They made so much
around the hand claspers. You.
They made so much they're just wiping their butts with it.
They wouldn't say the word butt.
Arse.
No.
We wouldn't say the word butts. Okay. Okay. Enough of that. Here we go. How do you know I have too much toilet paper? You have no idea how much I poop.
To be honest, I'm still buying and hoarding toilet paper. The only difference now is that I'm getting my rolls vaccinated.
This surplus can possibly be attributed to the reduced menu at Taco Bell.
Damn.
I like that.
Okay. People are realizing they have too much toilet paper. Coincidentally, Taco Bell sales are exploding.
Oh, yeah, it was okay.
Now they have the chance to. They have the opportunity to blow their buttholes out.
Got to put all this to use.
All right.
What Taco Bell should do is hoard all the toilet paper for themselves and then release a ton of new menu items. And then they can sell the toilet paper too.
Want to get this toilet paper?
Butt ton
You
of
just want
new
to
items.
buy the number 2.
All right, Bob, let's see your
Bell-
Taco Bell joke.
Does Taco Bell really affect you all that much?
I don't mean to brag, but I can't shit for weeks when I eat it.
I think it's definitely not like, it's never been like a positive effect. Never like, wow, this has improved my regularity.
Yeah, no one eats a Taco Bell and then like feels like they just, gone on like a wellness retreat.
That's why their slogan is Taco Bell, live irregularly.
All right. Even though toilet paper is readily available now, I'll probably continue my quarantine practice of butt chugging hand sanitizer.
I love a good butt chug joke.
Look in a mirror.
It doesn't make any sense.
When you butt chug, it's cool.
Bend over and I'll show you.
Okay, let's
Does that work here?
recap. It's like, I love a good butt chug joke. Look in the mirror. It doesn't make any sense. What'd you say? It was fun?
It's awesome.
It's awesome. So that's the transcript. What he was wondering. It's cool, I believe it said.
It's cool.
Yeah. So everything fed into the other. Nothing to.
Sometimes you just gotta take a pause and look at how beautiful things are. The world around you has so much to offer.
He's tearing
crying.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, he's crying here.
The
Can we get some
and someone's watching themselves in the mirror, butt chugging and going, "This is beautiful."
Okay.
Okay.
Is that like the alcoholic equivalent to the person putting lipstick on and saying, "I'm a pretty girl"?
Yeah.
I
think that's-
drink.
I think that's the episode title, though. Butt chugging is beautiful. Ricky, you're up.
And the surplus can also possibly be attributed to the rise in bidet use, also known as the flood. I don't know. I
a flood.
didn't
The
realize
flood.
that was an incomplete joke until I read it just
Gonna
now.
hurt you in the standings.
Well, you should probably sit on a bidet.
Yeah, sit on it. Maybe
That's what they were talking about.
Your bidet, you dummy. This is the 1950s. Everybody has a bidet.
a bidet.
Bidet.
Maybe
Hey, sit on it.
Come into my office and sit on it.
No, really, it's quite nice.
You'll really enjoy it.
Really. Va va voom.
Maybe I do, maybe I don't have too much toilet paper. I found it very useful in making people think I'm a full B cup.
I was trying to think of a joke like that.
I was trying to think of anything, but here's what I came up with. After everything, sales only fell 4%. Americans sure love wiping their asses.
It's the American way. Red, white, and blue and brown.
Ugh.
Why they call us the Patriots.
Also red because of
Yes.
the irritation of all that wiping. You can wipe too much. You can wipe too much.
Wipe power. Wipe power.
Too powerful. All right. The surplus can possibly also be attributed to anti-vaxxers deciding it was oppressive for them to be forced to wipe by the government.
And there you
Two ply on me.
Jeremy, do you have one more?
No.
So
All right.
You want me to just try to make one up right now?
Sure, if you like.
Wipe power.
Wow.
I might have heard that somewhere.
Jeremy had a muse.
that's a charming joke.
All right. So Aaron Kraft, what do you make of round 2? Is that
If I can remember, we don't have to worry about Ricardo taking the episode just yet.
Taco Bell menu, and then we'll open up a huge
Can.
can of Taco Bell.
I really like Jeremy's they don't know how much I poop joke, and Bob's butt chugging hand. That's what I wrote down. What was the joke?
you missed one word, hand sanitizer. Butt chugging hand sanitizer.
Those are both really funny.
That's my butt chugging hand.
Never shakes hands with someone's butt chugging hand.
And we riffed off that too. So
The funnel.
I think it's going to be a tie between Bob and Jeremy, 1 point each.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do we have a tie game going into third round?
It's
here?
a 3-way tie.
All right.
Round 3. Taxi driver praised for offering passengers a menu of ride options to choose from. Getting into a taxi is always a bit of a lottery as to whether you'll talk the whole way, sit in silence, or simply be handed the aux cable to provide your own soundtrack. But it appears one popular Lyft driver leaves nothing to chance and offers his passengers a list of 10 options of how they want things to go, covering everything from awkward silence to a therapy session. The menu attached to the back of his seat reads, "Welcome to Cameron's car. To ensure the best ride possible for you, I have prepared a menu of the various types of rides I offer. Just choose one or don't. That's an option too. Then sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride." You can then choose from the following options. Number 1, the awkward ride. You ignore this menu completely, then we sit in silence for the remainder of the ride. The number 2, the funny ride. I'll tell you jokes or embarrassing stories of my life. Number 3, the silent ride. That also feels like a number 1. I'm not sure how those are different. Number 4.
Feels just like a number 1.
I asked for the number 3, but this feels like a number 1. Number 4, the creepy ride. I don't say anything, but I keep staring at you in the rearview mirror. The number 5, the karaoke ride. We rock out to the hits from the 80s, early 2000s, or literally whatever you want. Number 6, the bubbles ride. We blow bubbles. We blow bubbles the whole time? That seems really dangerous. Number 7, the small talk ride. We talk about how crazy the weather's been lately, and I ask you if you caught the game last night. 8, the therapy ride. You vent to me about your problems, and I listen. The drunk ride. You throw up in my car. Why would that be an option? Number 3,
It's always
number
an
10.
option, Carly.
Last but not least, the cliche ride. You asked me how long I've been a Lyft driver for. A picture of the menu went viral on Reddit and racked up more than 2,000 comments as people debated the best option to go for.
All right. I'll start things off. To Carly's point, you can pare this list down a bit. The awkward ride applies to at least half of these options.
Bubbles and awkward. All right, Ricky.
Ricardo?
Me? Oh, okay. I only have one passenger. I've only have one option for my passengers: sex. There aren't a lot of amenities in my van.
Ew. I thought you rode the bang bus.
Where the hell is my bang bus? I called it like 15 minutes ago.
You getting this bang bus?
When there's no sex, it's just a van. So.
If the bang bus is rocking, you must have ordered the number 4.
But it
If the
feels
bang
like
bus
a number
is
1.
rocking, you must have ordered a
Wait,
bang bus.
Is this Taco Bell or is this?
It can be.
No, but can you pull through the Taco Bell man on our way home? I'll tip you extra.
Pull through the Taco Bell, man.
I tend to always get the lead me on ride where I think the driver and I struck up a real friendship and he leads me a 1-star rider rating.
A rider rating.
That's so sad. Jeremy can't even get a good response from his Uber driver.
It's been 4 years since I've had a good Uber ride.
This menu is so funny. It's like Southwest Airlines flight attendant funny.
It's a good comparison.
I'll take a drunken ride. I don't have to go anywhere. I just have to puke.
I'm just looking for a space to throw up.
We're about to go on a drunken ride.
Are you Ricardo? Yeah.
On your way.
No, and then he goes, "Are you getting it? No, this is my house." I didn't
Very good, sir.
You got me, you old you chap. You cheeky chap. Sometimes I get the paranoid ride where I make him drop me off 3 blocks away so he doesn't see where I really live.
Especially if you're going to puke in his car, maybe.
Okay, so Carly and Jeremy are definitely karaoke rides. And if I was there, I would probably choose to take the car into oncoming traffic.
All right, Rick.
I'll take the awkward realization of what your politics ride. I don't know. Because I'm going to start off with a lot of energy and then I'm going to want to just not want to talk to the person anymore.
Like this show.
Yeah.
Like the show.
And then you get your ride just kind of keeps on going and going when it should have ended, a little bit ago.
Speaking of which, Jeremy.
Sometimes I get the Rodney.
Sorry, I have an overabundance of creativity.
Good one. Good interruption, bro.
And calories.
One of my best. I could do it all day.
If you like that one, just wait.
Sometimes I get the Rodney Dangerfield ride home where the map shows him starting from my house and he has a picture of my wife on his visor. He's fucking my wife.
Kind of an outdated reference.
You're an outdated reference.
I don't think the Rodney Dangerfield of it is, but who carries around photographs anymore?
Or visors.
You're an outdated visor reference.
You got to keep up with our brand spanking new visor references. All right, I think that's it for the jokes in round 3. Aaron
I'm
Kraft.
so ugly. My parents used to have to tie a pork chop around my neck to get the Uber drivers to take me anywhere.
Another really
Yeah,
good interruption.
Patented Ricardo Leon. Aaron Kraft, resident judge. Do we have a winner?
Yeah, we do. I like Bob's awkward ride joke, and then the first one, and then the Southwest. Funny as a Southwest flight attendant, that was funny. I like Jeremy's lead me on and paranoid joke. However, it was Rick with the hat trick, and I just wrote the keywords from each of the jokes: sex, puke, and politics. He takes the round and the
What's the name of-
episode.
It's the name of his memoir.
Sex, puke, and politics.
Sex, puke, and politics.
Somehow that works.
Now I have to become a senator or something. That's the only thing that makes sense.
I thought his
The
book was
only thing that makes sense.
going to be Failing Upwards, the Ricardo Leon story.
You can have more than one book.
Yeah.
That's the second book.
We'll allow it.
Like one focuses on different chapters of my life.
All right. Well, congratulations, Ricardo Leon.
And there's one chapter that is sex, puke, and politics. That's just one era
Just
of
one
my life.
chapter.
Is there a chapter about when you're going to release your Let's Talk About X podcast?
How could you?
Burn.
Speaking of, you guys made fun of Aaron for announcing for like a year that he's leaving the show, but come on, Ricky, let's get this going.
He agrees
You
because
guys
he's
don't
not
have to
saying
do
anything.
anything special.
Oh wait, are you talking to me?
Right. Well,
No,
we already
him.
congratulated Rick. Okay, so
In a weird way where we slammed him for.
I didn't do anything. Carly was trying to start a beef or continue a beef. All
Or
right.
eat beef.
Congratulations, Rick, you piece of shit.
All right. So now we are going to head to
Still
Carly.
beef.
No, that's enough. All right. So we're going to head to Carly Kastner now.
Continued beef.
Okay, Aaron.
Still beef.
We got to stop that.
Another one of my memoirs.
We'll just mute Rick.
Still beef.
All right. So we're going to head to Carly Kastner now, see if she has any burning questions.
Yeah. Oh, now I'm just thinking of different names for Ricky's memoir. But what I want to ask you is in reference to that final story. Do you guys want to talk about maybe an interesting taxi or Uber ride that you have taken?
I did take. Somebody had like a big like clear plastic thing between, and it had all these pockets in it, and it had candy and tourist brochures for the area and condoms and all kinds of stuff. It was pretty funny and cool. He was a nice guy.
He's my hero.
I wish he was my dad.
Actually, Michael.
Candy, condoms, his own car. He's my hero.
How could you afford both?
Out of three things, how could you afford both? Sorry, candy and condoms are one thing to me.
Yeah.
Well, the flavored condoms.
Oh,
Yeah.
candy. No, I don't have any.
I don't have a strange Uber or taxi ride, but I have a story where this was years ago before Uber and Lyft were a thing. I was probably 21 and I was in charge of helping my mom's friend's son get to the school bus on time. So my mom's friend would drop off her son at the house. Both moms would go off to work and I was responsible for getting him to the school bus, an hour later or so. I overslept completely. And I wake up and he's still watching cartoons at like 8:30 in the morning. I'm like, what the? Oh no. So I got all this stuff together and I didn't have a car. So we basically hitchhiked our way across town to his school, just getting in strangers' cars. Who would say, I would be like, hey, we got to get him to school. Can you help me? And then so they'd just give us a ride. And it was total strangers, but we got him there safely. But that was crazy. And then at the end of it, I was like, don't tell your mom we did this.
Oh my
He
god.
definitely told. He told.
He did it because I told her like a few years ago because he's an adult and he's grown and married now. And I was like, oh, we went on this total joyride rampage through town.
I gave him a carton of cigarettes to keep quiet. So
Well, he
A
remembers
friend of
that.
mine-
He brings it up to me. when he sees
A
me.
friend of mine, she was out in like Old Town Scottsler, like one of those bar districts, and she ordered an Uber home, and some drunk idiot got in the Uber with her. She didn't know this person. She wasn't like talking to him at all. He just got in, and she was like, "You need to get out. This is my Uber." And he said, "It's my Uber now." And the Uber driver was like, "No, you need to get out. This isn't your Uber." And he goes, "Will you give me a ride home, man?" And she was like, "Well, where do you live?" And she ended up giving this guy a ride home in the Uber she ordered. And I thought, I would have kicked that guy out just because I would have been scared.
And that person was Ryan Gosling. Now they're happily married. What a great.
That would be fun.
She
I
didn't
thought it was
make
a
mistake.
passage from one of Rick's books.
That night I got into some rando's Uber.
Yeah.
Failing
Is this from
upwards.
Sex Puke Politics or Failing Upwards? Which book?
Failing upwards for sure.
Puking upwards fail, sex fail.
This
Puking
appear-
upwards, sex fail. That's
this
what it
appears in both books. He doesn't have that
Yeah.
many stories.
He references it in
I got
both
lots of
people. The main review of Failing Upwards, which is the sequel to Sex, Pukes, and Politics, was like, we've read this already.
Mostly the same stories.
The only time Rick took offense is like, hey, I have more stories.
But Ricky, you mentioned in one of your jokes about the politics thing, and that happens a lot more than it should, where the Uber driver just starts like telling you about their political views, and you're thinking,
yeah.
how? What? This is so unprofessional and so uncomfortable, and I almost always disagree with them. It's very uncomfortable.
Yep.
Should
Oh, well, I was in an Uber once in Las Vegas. We went to a conference, and me and my coworkers are in this Uber, and the guy's kind of driving pretty wild, and then he's changing lanes kind of wildly, and then someone comes and hits him, and we're like, whoa! And then that guy, and then the guy, so that car, kind of keeps going forward. This guy speeds up, and then when this guy stops to take a turn, bam, we hit him. Literally, like,
you
Wow.
got
Maybe,
an accident while you were in an Uber?
2
Yeah.
accidents.
yeah, and it wasn't like super hard, like where it's like, holy shit, we need to call the police or something. But it was like hard enough that, and then the guy got out and started yelling at him, and like they were like kind of like getting in his face and stuff, and we were just in the back going like, what the fuck do we do?
Sounds like you chose option 11.
We just sat there and then went to the conference later. That's option 11.
A couple of weeks ago, I did watch like some road rage happen in the lane next to me, or the couple lanes next to me. So a woman pulled out fairly slowly out of a parking lot, and a guy was driving pretty fast, so he had to slam on his brakes. And then he got upset. He sped past her, and then he got in front of her and slammed on his brakes. And then she had to slow down, and then he started like violently giving the finger, and then she started giving the jerk off motion. And then they just kept going back and forth.
Did you drive past me? I've done that too.
I was driving one time and this lady pulls out in front of me in the right lane and just slowly gets up to traveling speed. So I, had to hit the brakes. And then I got beside her and I was like, roll your window down, roll your window. I tried to engage her and she was just like looking straight. She looked at me. She was like, she went like this. And what I was going to say was like, there was nobody behind me. You could have waited 2 seconds for me to pass. You know, it was totally clear behind me. I wasn't going to like rip into her or cuss her out or anything.
Yes, you were.
Like, you could have waited 2 seconds.
I'm with the lady. I'm on team this
I
lady.
feel like people otherwise like reasonable, nice people turn into such assholes on the road. So, you know what I've been noticing so much lately? And this is not, I'd never noticed this before, but it's every time I'm at a red light. If someone doesn't move the literal instant the light turns green, and it's like, whoa, calm down. I'm taking my foot, like my reflexes might not be as fast.
Also, Carly, you don't know how long you were sitting there texting somebody.
No, it's literally moments where I'm not texting. I am looking at the light. It turns green, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go now. And
Also,
That's way too long to think through that.
Also, they don't know how much you poop, so
It's crazy to me how impatient people are. It's like if you don't speed up in the fraction of a second there, oh God, I have road rage like crazy. I can't talk about this anymore.
that woman that Jeremy was talking about with the finger wag, that's my preferred method of dealing with people.
Yeah.
So if they start honking or get up next to you, I do the brush off. I do one of these.
Are you ever in the wrong or
No, I'm usually
are
like
they
not.
just being assholes?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. If I'm in the wrong, I'm still not gonna be like, yes, daddy, spank me.
Ricky, He slams on his brakes, gets out of the car, pulls down his pants.
Like me.
You know what?
I'm driving so bad.
That's an even better response. I'm going to do that next time.
And then the lady goes, wait, finger wags him off. Not gonna spank you today, boy.
And then I'll go like, I'll take the finger as well.
So one time I'm driving home from Flagstaff with one of my friends, and I think we were in college at the time. And she was like had road rage, and she was honking at these guys, and it looked like two guys around our age. And we, passed them on the like opposite direction lane, and we zoom past them, and then they speed up and zoom past us. And as they're zooming past us, they hold up a sign that says, "Hey, how are you guys?" And like started communicating with us with like written messages. And then we're like, oh, I guess these guys are kind of funny. So then we found paper and we start holding up signs. And eventually one of them held up their phone number, and then we were texting with them. That was kind of a fun story.
I wish that ended in a fiery car crash.
Oh, I was hoping it was going to end in an orgy.
Yeah.
What?
To each their own.
Writing on paper in your car. What year was that?
This was the
Get with technology.
This was the early 2000s, probably like 2007.
All right. And we are done.
We should end our podcast like that every time. And we're done.
Thank you, everyone, for listening and watching. We appreciate it. If you like the show, you want to support us, you can do that by going to Patreon. And for just $3 a month, you get full video episodes, bonus content, access to classic episodes. Only the most recent 25 are available for free. So if you want to listen to the rest, you got to pay up. It's not that much, though. We also appreciate...
You gotta help out. That's what you gotta help us. Is the better way to say. You gotta help us.
You're making it so they don't want to.
You want this shit, and you gotta pay for it. That's how it works. All right? But we appreciate you listening for free anywhere that you find podcasts, and anywhere that you do that, we wouldn't mind if you gave us some feedback, ratings, reviews, comments, suggestions for stories, subscribe, share the show. All that stuff really does help us out. So if you could do that, that'd be very much appreciated. Aaron Kraft, resident judge, producer, house band. He's got some music on SoundCloud for you to listen to over at...
Yeah, on SoundCloud, check out Captain Lovecraft, CAPT LOVEKRAFT.
Anything else we'd like to mention? All right. That'll do it for this show.
Aaron's picked up a new instrument, drumming on the water bottles.
Yes, indeed.
Guys, I just came up with that like right now.
That is brilliant. You're gonna go places, kid.
Aaron, I gotta introduce something. A pen.
You can hear it every now and again.
Yeah. I'm Jeremy
night long.
I'm Jeremy Martinez.
All night long. I'm Ricardo Leon. All night.
I'm Bob Timmons.
All night long.
I'm Sharon for part of the night, and then I'm calling Kessler for the rest of the night.
All night
Aaron
long.
Kraft.
This is been
Terrible.
a stupid ending. So 1, 2, 3, go!
No, that wasn't the ending. The ending is here. I'm done.